So today we are going to discuss about the plague. As we know, plague is considered as a metazoonosis. Just remember the classification of zoonosis. That is metazoonosis or zoonotic disease which require two type of the host. One is the vertebrate host, other is the invertebrate host. And in type 1 metazoonosis, we require one vertebrate host as well as one invertebrate host for completion of the life cycle of the infectious agents. So plague is also known as a different disease because based on you can say the symptoms or occurrence. So it's also known as mad rat disease. This disease actually mats the rat finally gets died and after showing a you can say circling movement, nervous symptoms. Black death because actually the city is the second pandemic of plague considered as the black death, but how sometimes you can say the septicemic type of the plague is considered as black death. Mahamari means pandemic. It affects the large number of person. Pestilential fever, buboes. Buboes means is actually there is a enlargement of lymph nodes, mainly of the you can say lower extremities, veins regions or likewise. And it is pest that is transmitted with the invertebrate method like so. So plague that is caused by the Yersinia pestis comes under the Enterobacter family. It's a gram-positive negative bacteria, non-spore forming organism, non-motile, coprobacillus in shape, and looks like septic structures when we are staining. You can say the fluids or the bloods or with Giemsa stains or Basan stains. So this organism appears as a septipin-like structure. It also forms capsules in living cells, and but it's highly sensitive, you can say, to the physical and chemical agents. It also produces the coagulase, which responsible, or you can say, the clotting of the bloods. So, but it inactivated at high temperatures, so it's you can say the plague cases does not occur during the very hot. But its pathogenicity also depends upon the various you can say the virulence factors, and of which a factor fractions F1 or factor F1 we can say fractions V, fraction W are considered as some important virulence factors. Besides these, endotoxins or you can say cardiotoxins are also important virulence factor. Fraction F1, however, most commonly used you can say or targeted virulence factors for you can say the diagnosis of the plague. Now epidemiology, that's you know the plague is a pandemic disease. Several pandemics of this already occurs. So first pandemic of its occur as a, you can say as a Justinian plague started in 542 AD in Egypt, further spread to Asia and Europe and leads to the 100 million deaths. Like by second pandemics, as I told previously, it's called as Black Death. So again, it affects the about 25 millions of the peoples. And third plague actually started in China in 1894 and then spread to India, then Europe, Asia, and other countries also, and about it responsible for the death of about 12 million people in India and China alone. And in India, human plagues actually occurs in 1966 also, and in the Kolar districts of the Maharashtra. Later on in 1994, two outbreaks that is reported in the, at the same times, that is the Beed district of the Maharashtra and Surat of Gujarat. Several outbreaks or susceptibility of the outbreaks of you can say the plagues also you can say from in Bihar and Himachal Pradesh. However, its salvific foci means you can say the jungle foci or limitations of the this disease is located at Deccan Plateau, foothills of the Himalayas, west watersheds of the Vindhya, Pioneer, and Maikal Range, that is in MP. Epidemiology of this is more interesting, and you have to remember. So, rodents, several species of the rodents actually considered as the primary hosts, and the most commonly species are Rattus norvegicus, Rattus ratus, and Bandicoota bengalensis. It's transmitted by the actually the vector, that is the rat flea, and several species of the, you can say, the flea may transmit this disease, of which, and these flea species also acts as a reservoir for this disease, and Genopsilla chiopis, Genopsilla aestia, Genopsilla braziliensis. These are some certain species of the flea that are, you can say, considered as a vector for disease. So, flea as well as rodents may act as a reservoir, somewhat garbils also. Now, sources and transmission of plague in animals. This disease is actually this disease affects mostly of the rodent population. By in a rodent, among the rodent, the natural cycle of the this disease going on through the bite of the infected flea. Sometimes camels may got infected by the ingestion of the contaminated hay. Cats also when feeding on the infected rodents. In human infections, mainly occurs to the bite of the, you can say, Genopsilla chiopis, but in case of the, you can say, bubonic plagues, but other way of infections also, that is from the non-rodent species, direct contact with the infected tissue by the scratch or bite of the injuries, mainly scratch and bite of the, you can say, domestic cat, handling of the infected animals, mines to mines transmission, that is mainly airborne transmission, that is most common in the case of the pneumonic plague. However, in case of the man, you can say the human flea, that is Culex irritans, also responsible for the human to human transmission of this plague. Now, the main route of infections in man may, that is from the domestic rat, the bacilli carries to the, you can say, Genopsilla chiopis or rat flea. Then again by the bite of, you can say, rat flea, human beings gets infected with the bubonic plague. Similarly, either with a bite of the wild rodents flea or contact with the rodents, wild rodents, human being may get infected. Wild rodents flea, then again this transmit Yersinia pestis to the domestic rodent, and then by the domestic rodent flea, this may transmitted to the man to human by human flea, that is Culex irritans, may transmit this disease to the human being, man to man by the aerosols or droplet infections, most commonly you can say in the pneumonic plague. By the handling of the infected rodent, ingestion of the contaminated animal tissue, by the bite or scratch of the infected cats, bites of the certain, you can say, the vectors like ticks, or mechanical vectors, or you can say flies, bed bugs, but these are certain uncommon route of the transmissions. Use of the cloths of the infected flea. So these are certain, this diagram shows certain way of the transmission of the flea to human beings. Just to show, this is the salvific cycles of the, you can see the plague. Here, wild rodents, between the wild rodents, the disease is transmitted by the infected flea, and from the this wild rodent flea, infected flea may transmit it to the domestic rodents. And among the domestic rodents, there is again cycles going on by the, you can say, Genopsilla chiopis, or by the contact of direct contact, human being may acquire the infections either with the infected rodents or infected flea, and from in human bubonic plague may develop, and that again may progress to the secondary plague like the pneumonic plagues. And if pneumonic plagues develop, then it transmitted different to the person to persons by the aerosol routes. That is the direct transmission. So just in this, you can see the different. You can say how the flea transmit the plague bacilli. So flea mainly, Xylella chopis feed on, you can say, in Yersinia pestis, infected blood, or you can say the rat, and Yersinia. These fleas multiply into the mid guts of the flea, and that leads to the blockage of the, you can say, the foreguts, and that conditions is known as blocked flea conditions, and that leads to the certain types of the, you can say, irritations, and when they feel hungry, they bite to the, you can say, the very vigorously, because they're not able to, you can say, the suck the bloods. So first the flea has to regurgitate the, you can say, the contents of the foreguts or into the different wounds or different persons, and that leads to the transmissions of the, you can say, the plague. So you can say the plague, one infected flea may able to transmit different, you can say, hosts or human hosts. So now the disease conditions that is in animals, certain it primarily affect, as I told you earlier, mainly rodent populations, lesser degree in rabbits or hares. Infections may occur in acute form, chronic form, or inapparent forms. Domestic rats are most susceptible animals, that is ratus that dies in large number during the epizootics, and simply you can say that the death of large number of, you can say, the rats around the human dwellings may indication of the, you can say, occurrence of or epidemics of the plagues in the human beings. So in acute cases, we found the hemorrhage with the buboes, that is the enlargement of the, you can say, lymph nodes, splenomegaly. In subacute cases, the caseous means buboes with pus formation, punctiform necrosis, that is the, you can say, the necrosis characterized with the pinpoints, dot forms found in the mainly spleen, liver, and lungs. In dog, this disease mainly no typical clinical signs develops, and somewhat we can say the dog may act as a resistance. However, you can say the serotiters may get increased. In cats, then this disease occurs in severe forms and may leads to the fatal conditions. In human being, the incubation period of plague is about 2 to 6 days. There are this plague occurs in, you can say, 3 clinical forms, most common forms. However, other forms are also occurs. There is the bubonic plague, septicemic plague, as well as pneumonic plagues. All these clinical forms start with some common symptoms like fever, chills, nausea, generalized pain, diarrhea, constipation, toxemia, shock, rapid pulse, staggering gait, slurred speech, mental confusion, protusion. So pneumonic plague, that is the most common form of the plague, and it have a incubation periods of few hours to about 12 days, or most common you can say 2 to 7 days after the bite of the infected flea. So the symptoms occurs in this are fever, swollen and tender lymph node, that is called as buboes. And these buboes are actually the size of the buboes may get of 1 to 2 centimeter. That are, and it's extremely painful conditions. And these buboes are mainly surrounded with the, you can say, edematous, or you can say the swellings or likewise conditions. So these buboes may most commonly form in the groin region or inguinal region or axial regions. And this, you can say, bubonic plague have a case fatality rate of 25 to 60% in untreated conditions. So here you can see the buboes formed by infections of the conditions in the, you can say, bubonic plagues. Next is the septicemic plague, or also called as systemic plagues. So it may actually septicemic plague may occurs as a progressions of the, you can say, bubonic plagues, and its onset is actually rapid. So it also causes death in within the 2 days. And it has mostly 100% case fatality rate in case of the, you can say, untreated conditions. And it also, in these nervous and cerebral systems may develop symptoms may include epistaxis, cutaneous petechial, hemorrhage, hematuria, and mainly involuntary bowel movement. Next condition is the pneumonic plague. So it has an incubation period of 3 to 5 days, and it is considered as the most serious form of the plague. It may, you can say, the primary derived by the, you can say, inhalations of the aerosols containing the Yersinia pestis bacteria, and secondary maybe as a progressions of the bubonic plague, or you can say systemic plagues. So in these conditions, symptoms of high fever, chills, headache, cough may occur, and there is a, as I told, death occurs in within the 2 days. Mortality may exceed 50% in treated cases, and it may get complications of the meningitis. However, certain other forms of the plagues, like you can say gastrointestinal or plagues, may occur by the consumption of the infected meats, or cutaneous forms of the plagues by the contact with the infected materials may be reported. So there are conditions that is the pestis minor, that is you can say it is called it is, you can say, called as a mild form of the plague, and it usually occurs mainly in the, you can say, endemic area, and it also characterized with the symptoms like swollen lymph node, fever, headache, exhaustions, and you can say, but it gets subsides within a week. Plague, sometimes also called as black death, because there is a disseminated intravascular coagulation takes place, and the area of the skins undergo necrosis, or you can say the blackish colorations of the skins. Now the diagnosis. So based on history of visit, or you can say contact with the infected rats, or visit of the movement to the forest area, or clinical representation like appearance of the buboes, subcutaneous and generalized congestions, granular liver, congested spleen, pleural effusions. So on the basis of these clinical representations, diagnosis may, you can say, perform demonstration of the plague bacilli by the impression smears from the aspirates of the lymph nodes, or likewise from the buboes, or from the blood, or from the sputums, and the typical gram negative organisms. Things why if we, when we are staining with the gram sustain, so the gram negative bacilli, and when we stains with the Besson stains, septipin like bipolar staining, or septipin like appearance of the bacilli appears. Now the isolations, mainly these organisms may isolated on some selective agars, that is the syn agar, that is Sepsulidine, Ergasin, Novobiosyn agars, and may on EMB agar also. So on blood agars, they produce the gray-white translucent only after 24 hours, and in syn agar, it occurs as a fried egg appearance of the whole. Now fat, again helping fluorescence antibody test, that mainly targeted for you can say detection of the F1 antigens. Serology, that is a serological test, ELISA, complement fixation test, passive hemagglutination test, dot ELISA, molecular test, PCR, targeting the various genes, animal inoculation test, rapid diagnostic kits are also available. Now treatment, streptomycin with tetracycline or chloramphenicol, so effective in, you can say, treat the cases of the plagues. So it also requires control of the plagues, also require, you can say, continuous surveillance programs, or monitoring of the, you can say, the sentinel animals in the, you can say, endemic area. So in case of the plague, we can say the dog acts as a sentinel animals, because you can say dog have much more contact to the rat by the relations of the prey and you can say predator and prey relationship. So in dog, by the monitoring of the serotyper in the dog, we can say we can assume or we can warn that there are now the chances of the human plagues may. So again, in control programs, you can say rodent control programs by the use of the various rodent control programs, or you can say may adopted by the use of the rodenticide like warfarin, zinc phosphide, fumigations of the holes of the rat. So carbon disulfide, sulfur dioxide, methyl bromides, these are certain fumigants we may use. One thing we have to remember that during the outbreak, one thing we have to clear that we have to target the control of the rat plague, not the rodents, because the rodents have to die like us. When rodents gets infected with the plague, they have to die. So our target is mainly control of the flea. So fumigations of the you can say rat burrows, proper disposal of the garbage, proper storage of the food grains, trapping. These are certain methods to control of the rat. Elimination of the flea by the you can say spray of the BSC, 3% dust or 3% of the malathion. So now disinfections of the you can say of the mask, gowns, gloves may you can say use as a protective agents. So all personal protective measures you can say we have to take place during handling of the infected materials or infected cases of the plagues. Vaccination, actually various vaccines like killed vaccines are available, but actually these are only practiced in case of you can say endemic area or isolation of the plague affected peoples must be done. Just like you can say अभी COVID-19 की तरह.